Guys, it is gonna be GiveYouAnxiety, I guess, in the bottom playing the English. Or I think perceived as one of the weakest civs right now. And
but at the same time, one of the most played civs. So.
And in the north, in the red,
we have Bakmogoon playing as the Abbasid dynasty.
And they're also perceived as one of the weakest civs. And unlike the English, they're also one of the least played civilizations. Probably the least played right now.
Map? Wait.
There is gonna be what? High view of sorts?
Yes,
Lipany, what is this shit?
Yeah, exactly. I was looking at the minimap.
It's Lipany, it's Lipany. It's just...
What is this? It's like a volcanic rock.
I have no idea what this. I've not seen this. Like Lipany is usually very different from this. I'm not sure what what the map generating algorithm was taking, but those are some happy mushrooms, man. What is this? Like it's insanity. Actually, I've never seen a map like this. Again, like this is crazy. Because we've been spectating those games for a while.
Yeah.
And we have not seen maps like this. Like usually maps are like, okay, that's Lipany, right? You can see this by the shape of the tree lines, or is it here's just it's Lipany, but what the fuck is this thing?
I was like, oh yeah, it's Lipany because it's like middle of the map, and then I look at the sacred sites, right? Two of the sacred sites are
There's a relic in between them as well. What the hell is this map generation? It's crazy.
And then I look at the southern sacred site, and I look north of it, I'm like, Mike, there's a...
Question mark? What is this?
Mike, I think your map is glitched, and then your mouse over it, I'm like... Fuck.
I mean, like... I think those guys are gonna have fun once they discover this mountain over here, among other things.
Absolutely.
And we see, you know, the sheep being contested, both players actually trying to get the equal numbers here. I'm not sure, like, we have two scouts from the Abbasid, actually, probably a single scout from the English. Yeah, just one. So the English are actually going to opt into getting as much in terms of villager numbers as they can. I'm actually curious because I've seen those matchups go very wild in terms of like, the Abbasid just kind of trying to get the second TC and defend it. Never really worked for the Abbasid players, to be honest. Unless they would go for that very late. So I think it's going to be what we'll see again. Like, I don't think you want to go for that early second TC. I think you want to just kind of play defensively, just get some units, pump them out, and just kind of be happy with yourself. I would not go for that extra madness here as Bakmogoon. I would just go for the single TC play, just kind of play the staple normal build. In terms of walling, that's a difficult map to wall as well for the Abbasids because there are no like neighboring tree lines that you can secure.
I mean, there's a massive fucking mountain to the south, so you can.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can wall like this, but then like okay, I can maybe do it like maybe like even this like, but
no, that's the far.
That's really far. Right? There's no convenient walling spot, I think, for that. I mean, you can definitely try to. I'd love to see some cutoffs. Like this is gonna be good because then you deny the towers. Like it's gonna be nice if you can do this. I think there are like some small nice things that you can do, especially that you secure a wood line with this. That's what the Chinese player did to me, right? They just kind of secured the wood line completely with a few like two walls essentially, like one wall here, and there is a set like you have to walk all the way around the villager to get something done on the wood line then, which is great. So I think that's actually quite a good idea to just wall this segment here, right? If I were the red player, the Bakmogoon here, I don't think he likes walling though. I think GiveYouAnxiety likes walling, and Bakmogoon doesn't quite that.
But he did wall last game, right? I mean, the game was technically
super over. He was like 60 supply ahead. It was like essentially it was 80 to 20 as well.
60 supply doesn't actually
mean anything.
Show the difference. The triple supply or quadruple supply does.
Yeah, it does actually. Yeah, it's more representative than what it was. The soup doesn't lie, Kuba. The soup doesn't lie. In this case, the sheep does go down. We see a single archer just making their merry way across the map, and the others are quite far away from getting that economic wing done. So you have to remember, Abbasids don't build landmarks. They take 2 minutes for every single age up, though, so you can just click away. And that's it. So yeah, the Abbasid player is gonna go for that economic wing first.
We already see a tower coming from Bakmogoon.
Yeah, he's had it for a while. I guess he saw the archer of the, like as he lost the sheep, he saw the archers. He's kind of aware of the fact that it's going to be something sketchy happening. Though you can see there are no villagers on stone yet, so it's kind of an indicator that the English player is not gonna commit to the tower rush at least, which is great news for the Abbasids because obviously Abbasid is not too great at being with any sort of kind of static defense aggression. I guess this map again that would favor the towers if it was to be done over here, right? If we can just kind of get a tower here and just kind of build from there. I think that's fine, but it's not gonna happen just yet. I think.
Also, Bakmogoon's goals are absolutely terrible. Like one is in front, and the second goal is also in front, right? His third goal is in the corner of the map.
Yeah.
So if properly, like, if there's like a tower on his first goal, then he probably won't have access to gold until the end of the game.
What we've seen from people like BCQT was getting the wall like this, just to the range of the TC. So this means like the archers can't cross, right? I think that's also a smart idea. So the walling, as I really kind of like players who wall creatively, and BCQT was really showing that. Like that was just the brilliant wall, because this means like you cannot just go by. If you wall like this, even I think this opens you to get the berries, which is great because then you don't have to rely on sheep so early. I think that's kind of cool as well. Obviously,
also Abbasid berries, right?
Yeah, which is great, right? Both Abbasid and the Delhi berries are just better berries than the normal berries. The super berries.
Yeah, and also 20% faster gather rate and
double the number.
More.
Yeah, double. So it's gonna be a lot of berries.
Yeah, 3,000.
Yeah, per kind of per patch. And yeah, these villagers are gonna go towards the. I'm not really sure what is happening in terms of the military. So the Abbasid have 2 horsemen. And the English are working with 2 spears and 6 archers, so they're actually massing some sort of a small force. This guy's gonna see that though, so I guess like Bakmogoon will know, unless he doesn't look at all, so he knows now, right, what exactly is happening. He has to respond to this, because obviously you can't just kind of allow those units to waltz into your base and start doing damage to your units and to your infrastructure and your villagers, so you need to kind of have a response. And I would say again, like the horsemen, I'm not really a big fan of those units. Like, yes, if you use them offensively to drag your opponent around the map, that's great because the longbows are not the fastest units in the world. Neither are the spearmen, of course, so you can actually just do a lot of this light cavalry. But if you don't do this, especially like attacking English is quite dangerous, because if you don't kind of work properly. Yeah, Haunted, we actually discussed it. This is a big WTF. It could just say WTF over here. We have no clue. There are so many weird things about this map. Look at those 2 sacred sites as well.
And then they're right in the middle, right?
Yeah, we don't know. Players don't know. The designers of the game don't know. The map generator just kind of, flopped completely here. Just kind of said, okay, screw this. You know, it's fucking Friday, man. I'm just gonna do it for once. I'm gonna have some fun. And those players are gonna enjoy this map for a while now, I guess. That's the problem. See, if he was trying to get the gold, he's gonna lose 2 villagers for this. That's not cheap. 2 villagers is a lot of resources spent. Obviously, kind of in terms of efficiency, it's terrible goals. But he should have towered this, honestly. I'm not really sure why he towers this but doesn't tower this. Really, especially he has like very low army count. Like you have to say this, like this is just not enough to hold.
Also, this late into the game, he can't actually tower it unless he fights.
Yeah, he can. That's the problem with this, right? He should have towered this immediately. I think this is a way better tower. Like if you think about the possible kind of aftermath of a push, right? What can happen to me if he pushes me, right? Like that is just kind of the crucial point of contention. It's not like he really needs the gold right now. He will need the gold later. He'll need the gold once he reaches for that castle age up, which is gonna probably be a while because the English like to stay in feudal for a while.
Yes, but at the same time you could see GiveYouAnxiety's scouting, right? He has that scout north of Bakmogoon's base, just looking at it, scouting for those villagers trying to go for that gold, and oh boy, it's gonna be a tower.
And the problem is actually as well that there's very few archers for Bakmogoon. I don't think he'll take this fight in the end. Like this is a single horseman losing immediately, like dying to the spearman. He's just gonna get impaled and dropped. We have 16 of those archers against like 9, or that's just GG essentially. I would say this is a terrible fight for Bakmogoon. He just kind of lost this game, I think, but by not producing enough. He should have at least had like double archery range from the get-go. I'm not really sure if you do. That's kind of the question for me. Do you think the horsemen are any good into this? Like, unless you use them to actually do this, like, unless you use them to actually be aggressive on the map, I don't think they're good at all.
Yes, but at the same time, he took the fight with archers, and I think he didn't completely see where his horsemen were. Right? He clicked the horsemen to attack the archers, but they were
they're super far away. Yeah, so just has nothing left right now. He's just gonna he's at a massive deficit, and those horsemen are obviously not the greatest unit in the world still. And they're okay against regular archers, but against those English archers who do so much damage per shot, right? They're like way more efficient at dealing with those. those units, right? So +1 damage, of course, is gonna come into play as well. There's gonna be no upgrade. So the Abbasid did also build this blacksmith, but they didn't get anything out of this yet. So because they have no gold, which is a pain point. It's a massive pain point right now for the Abbasid player, because he would like to get some upgrades, like at least the defense against the archers, because then those horsemen might be able to do something. But they're just kind of, look at this, like he's just gonna lose a single archer per volley, so a single horseman per volley almost.
And also we see those towers coming up.
Yeah, they're creeping into the base. Like, I think that's maybe the better play than what I was doing. Like maybe just getting lots of units first, and only then do you build those towers. Once you have established like the numbers, like the control in the game, right? Then it's actually a good moment to actually get those towers up.
Because currently Bakmogoon cannot actually fight this. There's no way he can fight it. He's just bleeding those units, right?
Yeah, he's trying. Like if you play against something like this, you want to take one decisive fight, not like small fights that just kind of leave you at a disadvantage. Because every single time you disengage from those archers of the English, they'll have like extra range to, you know, fire an additional volley or two.
So yes, at the same time, he was taking a fight, but he didn't get anything from it. He just out units.
He just
The only thing that I think of that he could have done maybe was getting a tower up on his berries. Maybe, yes, that's 3,000 food, right? There's no food under his TC anymore. He has nothing under his TC. He has only wood and those villagers.
By the way, if you get a tower here, you basically cover this entrance as well to some extent. You wall this, you get the tower, you kind of are safe anyway in your own base. So that is weird. Like, I don't know why he went for the tower here. Like, it's not going here. Like that's kind of the big flaw. And again, getting a tower on the berries, as you're saying, is very, very important here for this kind of defense.
Yeah.
And now I think GiveYouAnxiety is happy he's done a lot of damage as it is. Like the economy of Bakmogoon is in shambles. It's 33 economy to 41 in terms of villager numbers. So it's just really rough.
He has denied every single resource income from Bakmogoon that he could have actually.
Yeah, absolutely. That's terrible.
Bakmogoon has no access to gold. He has lost several villagers. He has no access to food. Actually, he had to run his villages. He was actually really lucky that GiveYouAnxiety didn't see. Oh, didn't he see it? Oh no, I think he saw it.
Anyway, like whether he saw it or not doesn't quite matter. Like he should have still, like, a wall here would be so huge. Because then, like, even if he sees it, he has to just walk around this ginormous freaking weird square hill. I'm gonna actually take a screenshot of this because I think there's gonna be a cute freaking geez, what do you call these? Thumbnail. Yeah, there's gonna be like, what the fuck is this
that
hill?
Scout is so close. If that scout walks into that lush forest, right?
Yeah.
He's gonna see those villagers, and that's the GG. And that's an instant GG.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, this is all. I think this is already over though. Like because if you are at equal villager numbers and you still lose units in a very early game scenario like this, very inefficiently, like you're still.
Oh no!
You're already screwed. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you just.
That's a GG.
I mean, this has been a GG for a while.
Yeah, but that's just Bakmogoon's gonna call it. I think really soon. Once he realizes, okay.
Yeah. Oh, where are my villagers? Where's my food? Oh shit! It's gone. Oh no. Yeah, it's just very clean. It's a super clean play with the English on the side of GiveYouAnxiety. I have to say this is very, very well done. Like, he cleans this up like it's just a masterpiece of English play. He finds every possible opening. He does the damage, he rotates properly, doesn't lose units stupidly, just gonna find every single opportunity, capitalizes on it, and takes the series, advancing through the bracket. So we are done with this part. We can look for an additional possible cast if you like. Kuba, would you like to find an